Have you ever noticed how one small moment can quietly change your whole day? One comment, one look, one careless sentence, and suddenly your chest feels tight, your mind becomes noisy, and your emotions begin to pull you like a storm. It happens. To all of us, you wake up feeling fine, the morning is normal, the world is calm. Then someone speaks to you in a cold tone. Someone interrupts you. Someone treats you as if you do not matter. And without even realizing it, you start carrying the moment inside you. You replay it again and again. You imagine what you should have said. You feel anger rise, you feel sadness grow, you feel your peace slipping away. And the strange thing is this: most of the time what happened was small, but what we carry afterward becomes heavy. Many people think the problem is the other person, their words, their attitude, their behavior. But the truth is often quieter than that. We lose control not because of what happened, but because of how we reacted. And if you can learn one simple skill in life, this is the one. The person who controls their reaction, controls the moment. The person who stays calm inside, wins the situation outside. Stay with me until the end of this story, because I will show you a gentle way to keep your heart light, even when life gives you reasons to feel heavy. And here is what most people never learn. There are two battles happening in every difficult moment. The first battle is outside you: a rude word, a misunderstanding, a stressful situation, a person having a bad day. But the second battle is inside you: the thoughts that rush in, the feelings that rise, the voice that says, react now, defend yourself, prove your point. And this is where life quietly changes, because the one who can pause, even for one breath, even for 1 second, is the one who keeps their power. Not power over others, but power over themselves. When you react instantly, you give the moment control over you. You let someone else decide your mood, your tone, your peace, your whole day. But when you stay calm inside, something beautiful happens. The situation may still be difficult, but you are not destroyed by it. The words may still be sharp, but they do not enter your heart. The pressure may still be there, but it does not own you. This is not weakness. This is quiet strength. This is the kind of strength that makes you feel safe inside your own mind. And I want you to remember this. You cannot always choose what others do, but you can always choose what you carry. Your reaction is not just a response. It becomes your burden, or it becomes your freedom. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you something simple. Have you ever felt your whole day become heavy because of one small moment? If yes, comment the number 2 right now, just number 2. Because when you admit it, you begin to release it. And in the next part of this story, you will see exactly how one person learned to stop carrying those moments and how you can do the same too. Now let me tell you a story. Once upon a time in a quiet village, surrounded by soft green hills, there lived a young man named Thomas. Thomas was strong in his body, but weak in his peace. Not weak in courage, but weak in calm. Thomas reacted to everything. If someone spoke harshly, Thomas answered harshly. If someone blamed him, Thomas argued back. If someone insulted him, Thomas carried the insult for days. People thought he was angry, but in truth he was only tired. Tired of the heavy feeling inside his chest. Tired of waking up with a mind that never rested. Tired of losing his peace over words that should have passed like wind. And Thomas had a strange habit. Every time someone hurt him with words or actions, he imagined it as a stone of disappointment, a stone of shame, a stone of anger, a stone of regret. And without noticing, he picked up that stone. He placed it into a bag he carried on his back. At first the bag felt light, just one stone, then another, then another. But weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and the bag became so heavy that Thomas began to walk with a bent back and a gloomy face. He no longer noticed the colors of the village. He no longer enjoyed the morning sun. Even On bright days, his world felt dark. One cold morning, Thomas stood at the edge of the village and whispered to himself, "I need fresh air. I need to clear my mind." So he began climbing the mountain path behind the village. The road was quiet. The sky was pale blue. The wind moved gently through the tall grass. But with every step, the bag on his back pulled him down. And Thomas did not know it yet. But that day, on that mountain path, he was about to learn a lesson that would change his life forever. As Thomas slowly climbed the mountain path, he noticed another traveler walking toward him. An old merchant, thin, simple, carrying only a small bundle tied with rope. The old man walked lightly, as if the road did not weigh on him at all. When they met, the merchant bowed gently and said, "My young friend, you look weary. Your load seems heavier than your strength." Thomas sighed and replied, "I carry many stones." "Stones?" the merchant asked. Thomas opened his bag a little. Inside were stones of different shapes and colors. Large ones, small ones, sharp ones, smooth ones. "These are the stones people threw at me. Their harsh words, their cold looks, their unfair judgments. I picked them up, and I kept them." The merchant looked at him calmly and asked a quiet question. "Why do you keep them, Thomas?" Lowered his eyes. "Because when someone hurts me, I feel it deeply, and I cannot just ignore it." The old man bent down, picked up 2 small stones from the ground and placed one back on the woad path. He handed the other to Thomas. "The one who hurt you is like this stone on the road," he said. He dropped his words and walked away. He does not carry them. He feels nothing now. Then he gently touched the stone in Thomas' hand. "But this one, this is your reaction. You chose to pick it up. You chose to carry it. And that is why your journey feels heavy." For a long moment, Thomas stood still, holding the small stone, feeling something shift inside his heart. "Your reaction is your burden," the merchant said softly. And suddenly Thomas understood. All these years he had been carrying stones that were never his to keep. For a moment, the mountain became completely silent. Thomas looked at the stone in his hand. It felt small, almost weightless, and yet he suddenly understood. It was never the size of the stone. It was the choice to carry it. Slowly, with trembling fingers, he opened the heavy bag on his back. The merchant did not rush him. He simply stood there, calm, present, patient. One by one, Thomas began to take the stones out. A stone of anger from last winter, a stone of embarrassment from years ago, a stone of words he had replayed 100 times. He placed some gently on the ground. He let others roll down the hill, and with every stone he released, something inside his chest softened. His breathing became slower. His shoulders lifted. His back straightened. The path did not change. The mountain did not change. The world did not suddenly become perfect. But Thomas felt lighter. Days turned into weeks, and each time someone tried to hurt him, he paused. He asked himself a simple question: do I want to carry this? Most of the time he said no, and each time he said no, his life became a little brighter. Now let me ask you something. How many stones are you carrying today? If you are ready to start putting them down, comment the number 5 right now, because the moment you decide not to carry every hurtful word is the moment your life begins to feel lighter. And this is what Thomas learned. The world will always have sharp words, cold looks, unfair moments, people who speak without thinking, people who act from their own pain. You cannot control that, but you can control what happens next inside you. You can choose to pause. You can choose to breathe. You can choose not to pick up the stone, because the stone was never the insult. The stone was never the situation. The stone was the weight you carried afterward, the replay in your mind, the anger in your chest, the heavy feeling that followed you home. So here is a simple practice you can try starting tonight. Before you sleep, sit quietly for 1 minute. Place your hand on your chest. Think of one moment from today that still feels heavy, a rude word, a small disappointment, a misunderstanding. Imagine it as a stone in your hand, then whisper softly, "This stone is not mine. I release it." take a slow breath and imagine placing the stone on the ground. Let it belong to yesterday, not to. If you do this every night, slowly and gently, your heart will feel lighter, your mind will feel clearer, and your life will feel more peaceful. Because peace does not come from others. Peace begins the moment you decide not to carry what was never yours. Walk lightly, react wisely, and remember, your reaction is your power.